what's up, guys? Thomas back with another Linscents video. Today we have Sultry Woods from Fragrance World. But before we get into that, just want to say thank you guys again. It is an honor to be playing on one of those electronic devices, whether it's a cell phone, the tablet, that laptop, that Macintosh, that brand new big screen TV, whether you're watching me at home, at work, on a plane, a train, or an automobile. Maybe watching me right now in front of that computer, going through a bunch of fragrances right now. You don't know which ones to toss back or toss into the cart. I might have one for you guys, but before I get into that, just going to show you guys a couple stores right here that I frequently shop with, and you can get some discount codes. And this fragrance that we're going to be discussing is actually on one of those sites, Triple Traders, and you can get it for about $45. With code, you're looking at about $40, okay? So 10% off, $45, okay? Now, if you guys are new and you like what you see, please consider hitting that subscribe button, comment, like. Comments are cool. I like all the comments. I reply to pretty much most of them, so don't be shy. Reply. But let's get into this fragrance again. Fragrance World. We already know that Fragrance World is like the big tree, and then all the branches are the different brands that they pretty much cover. And this is French Avenue. And honestly, I've been seeing a lot of the French Avenue fragrances as of late, so you know, they're getting it all out there. So Fragrance World is, you know, honestly, when it comes to the Middle Easterns, I mean, you got your big heavy hitters, your Afnans, your Armafs, and Latafas, but, you know, right there is Fragrance World, just right there with all the rest of them. So, again, this is French Avenue. Again, this is going to be about $45. Now, before I get into this fragrance, I just want to say sometimes when I'm doing these videos, you guys, again, I have not tested every single fragrance. I have not smelled every single fragrance, so sometimes you got to just bear with me. I'm just basically going off of what's in the bottle, okay? I don't know what it's a clone of just yet. Now I'll probably do a first impressions, and then once I figure out what it is a clone of, I'll probably throw it somewhere up on the screen just so you guys know what it is. But a lot of times I like to just smell these as is, because if I just know it's a clone right away, especially of a nice designer, it's going to make me even more, you know, interested in the fragrance. But I really want to be interested in the fragrance based off how it smells, not what it's trying to clone first, okay? So once we smell this, I'll let you know. Does it smell good? Is it a banger? What, you know, occasion you're going to wear it? What kind of weather? But here we go. This one is, again, from French Avenue, Fragrance World. This is Sultry Woods. And the box feels like it might be wood, might be plastic, but this is a huge, heavy box. And again, the Middle Easterns, one thing I like about the Middle Easterns is, you know, one, they're not afraid of just going out there and cloning some things, because we've seen some weird names out there in bottles that are literally the same exact thing as the designer, but then they go in a whole different route and call it something weird. But I love the presentation from most of these designers. I mean, these Middle Easterns. Look at that. Big, huge box. Open that up, and boom. There lies that Sultry Woods, okay? Right there, very beautiful bottle. Cool presentation. Like, I mean, you could literally just keep that right there in that holder just like that and just let it sit there. Cool presentation. Nice and velvety. Bottle actually has got a nice weight to it. But there you go. Sultry Woods. This kind of, you know, I'm a little colorblind. There's not that much light where I'm at right now. I think it's green. Is that green?
Yeah, like a dirt.
Like a foresty green?
Yep.
There you go. We'll do that thing so you guys can see the wording a little bit better. Sultry Woods. There we go. French Avenue. And at the top, French Avenue again. And at the bottom, French Avenue sticker. Talk about a brand that wants to be known. French Avenue on the atomizer as well. But I like when they put that little cool stamp on the spray. It makes it look much cooler. So here we go. By the way, yesterday I did a review on this one, where first impressions on this, and this thing is an absolute banger. Long lasting, still got a little bit of whiff on the hand, so I'll be going on the other hand. That is that Amber and Neroli. So here we go. Let's see if this one is any better. Sultry Woods. Huh? So the dog is right under me, so hopefully he doesn't get none on his head. The sprayer isn't as good as the one yesterday, but it's doing the trick. Okay. Kind of fruity, leathery, woody. It smells like something I've smelt before. Some kind of leathery with fruity nuances, if you will.
Oh, that smells really good.
Okay. So, here's the thing with this fragrance. It's pretty strong. Very strong. It is fruity. It's leathery. Ooh, the fruit is... Okay. The fruit is kind of intensifying a little bit more now. So I don't know what kind of fruit. Maybe raspberry, maybe some kind of... Definitely some florals in here too. Maybe some rose. There's something slightly fresh creeping through. But when you smell it in the air, it definitely smells like fruity leather. Slightly woody, maybe some sandalwood, maybe some cedar. But the thing about some of these leathery fragrances, especially, I mean, once they throw the fruits in there and stuff like that, is you kind of smell one. And once you smell another leather fragrance, regardless of what fruit they put in, you know, once you add all those notes in together, I mean, you're really going to have to just be on your skin smelling it nonstop for you to really start noticing some differences between other leathery, fruity fragrances. And this is just one of those fragrances that, again, when I smell it, it smells good. If you are into the fruity leather fragrances, think of something like Tom Ford's ombre Tuscan leather, something like that. You're probably going to enjoy this fragrance. You're going to enjoy that fruity, leathery smell. Slightly rosy, low floral note going on in there. Kind of, almost kind of like this leathery, rubbery smell. And again, when you smell some of these leathery fragrances, once you smell one of them, you smell them all. And honestly, it all just depends on if you want a more like playful leather, which would be like, in my consideration, this, considering it has those fruity smells, the little rose that kind of adds this little floral, and then there's like this slight freshness behind it. Or you can get something that's more dark. You get something with like leather, more spices, maybe some cinnamon, some cumin or something like that. And then you say that's a little bit more of a more just aggressive, in your face, manly, no playing type fragrance. This is more like a playful, leathery fragrance, and this is a unisex fragrance because, honestly, because of the fruity nuances in there, I'd say that a woman can rock this, but I just don't see many women rocking this in general, the leathery fragrances. Now, it does have that rose, it's got like this slight creaminess creeping through. I don't know what it's cloning, and it could possibly be another Tom Ford's Tuscan leather. It can be Ombre Nomad. It could be any one of those, okay? Leathery, fruity, woody, rosy, whatnot. But again, sometimes you just get these leathery fragrances. I mean, just one like this in general. Let's go to this one, okay? This one's very similar too right here. This is that with Soleil. And this one is kind of fruity, leathery, woody. And again, although it smells really good, you know, don't get me wrong on that, it's just not my cup of tea. Something that I would wear occasionally, and that's the thing with leather fragrances, is that when you are wearing a leather fragrance, it's literally got to be certain occasions. And honestly, how many times in a whole year would you go through that situation where you're going to need that leathery fragrance? Probably not that many throughout the year. So, you know, if you really have to have leather fragrances, maybe just stick to like 5. Maybe that's it. You get, again, leathery smoky, you get leathery tobacco, leathery woody, leathery fruity, leathery fresh, and then that's pretty much it. Because again, you're not really going to use that much leathery fragrances throughout the year unless you're going on like these, you know, cool dates, maybe the all black attire, maybe you want to wear that leather jacket and spray this on. But that's not to say it's a bad fragrance. It does smell good. It is quite strong. It's noticeable. It's just not my cup of tea. And again, it smells like something that I've smelled before. Again, a little bit of creaminess creeping through. But other than that, fruity, leathery, rosy. What do you think? You like it? And again, sometimes even with leathery fragrances, again, leathery. And again, I kind of said it smelled kind of rubbery a little bit. The wife just said it kind of smells a little skunky, which, if you think about it, sometimes you smell like burnt rubber. It kind of almost comes off skunky. And I did say this kind of has a rubbery smell to it as well. Again, not my cup of tea. Again, I think it would be good for nice, cool weather, like really cool weather. Looking at about anything below 50 degrees, I think that'd be perfect. But again, very situational fragrance. And that's the problem with this. Maybe we'll do like my favorite leather fragrances, so that way I can at least pretend I like leathery fragrances. Which again, I do. Not my favorite. But maybe we'll do something like that. My 5 top favorite leathery fragrances. I have plenty of them. Just again, don't know when to wear them, because even when it comes to those situations, I find myself grabbing a tobacco fragrance a little bit more, just because I like tobacco more than the leather, or something a little bit more spicy, cardamom, cumin. I like those smells a little bit more. Incense smells. I like the incense smells. Those smell very good as well. Leather. You know what? I don't need to smell like a car when I'm walking outside. Okay, there's a walking car right there. It smells like a fresh new Lexus walking down the street. But that is Sultry Woods. Again, the presentation is top notch. Price is just right. Honest, in my opinion, $45 if you were to get this. Honestly, it doesn't smell cheap. I didn't get a huge whiff of alcohol up at the top. It smelled straight leather and fruity notes. So if you're into the leathers, you gotta have another leather fragrance. And what I described kind of is, you know, ringing a little bell in your head. Go out there and try it out. You might like it, but I'm just okay with it. So with that being said, I'm gonna get up out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys did, hit the likes, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.